Okay, for my final example, I've gone over a couple pages and I've found an article that was published by multiple authors, Digital Accessibility, Overcoming the Challenges of Managing Gray Literature in Jamaica. So I want to click on the link to that article, and I can see on the left that there are a total of 5 different authors. So that's the final type of example I want to show. Again, the first author is very important. They should go in order. And so it is not a situation where I pick the different authors and go in alphabetical order from A to Z. I start with the one on the left because they are the first author. And so I'll start with Carlene's last name, which is Robinson, comma, K period. And then after the period is a comma. Next is Audrey Sadler, so Saddler, comma, A period, comma. And then we have Kerr Campbell, so Kerr Campbell, comma, M period, then another comma. Then we have Patrickson Stewart, comma, S period. After the comma, then we'll use the and symbol or the ampersand for the final author, which is Godfrey Walker. So Walker, period, comma, G period. Now we're ready for our date. So open parentheses. It was published in so there's 2 different dates. It says published online, January 2021, but it says printed in the Page Digital Age 2020. We'll go with the 2020. And so we'll type out the whole entire thing. Now, just to save time, I want to highlight the entire title, right click and copy. I want to go over to the right and I want to right click and do paste without formatting. Now remember, I need to go back and fix things. So accessibility should start with a lowercase a. O comes after the colon, so it is a capital O. Challenges should be a lowercase c. Managing a lowercase m. Gray, of course, a lowercase g. L. Now Jamaica is a proper noun, so it would stay capitalized. And there's a second colon, and so the letter T and the should be capitalized. And then we use lowercase for the rest of most of this, of the West Indies Mona Library. Now that is a particular place, and so all 4 of those words would be capitalized. So we close that with a period, and now we're ready for the name of the source, and that is the Serials Librarian. So we'll type in the Serials Librarian, comma. Now we're ready for volume and issue, and so it is volume. Let's go back. So if we go back, if we're confused about a little bit of the stuff, if we go to cite underneath, it will give us what we need. So it does say that it is volume, and it does actually say that we need to use the 2020 instead of 2021. So we'll go back and make that adjustment. But it is volume 79, issues 3 through 4. So we'll type in 79, 3 through 4, close it. And I did that wrong. Sorry, let me fix that. A comma after the volume, and it is pages 326 through 348, period. And now we need our DOI URL. Notice it's not at the end of the citation provided when we click cite, so we have to go back into the article, and there we'll be able to grab that information we need. Right click, copy link address, right click, paste without formatting. Okay, now I do need to go back and italicize the name of the resource and the volume, so I'll italicize that. And now we're going to go into, let me grab my 2 citations, both when we start at the end, when we cite at the beginning and at the end, and we'll copy those and we'll bring them down and we'll adjust them for this last resource. So as I paste those in, again, I want to go up and remove the link from my DOI URL. And so now we adjust our beginning of the sentence in-text citation. And since we have more than two authors, we are just going to use the first author, Robinson, et, with no period afterwards, al period, comma, and then the date, which is 2013. Period. And then the date in parentheses, which in this case is 2020. And then you would finish off. Now, if we're in the text, if we're at the end of the sentence, then it would be Robinson et al. Period, comma, and then 2020. So those are the three main type citations you'll see for the most part when you're citing scholarly literature. You want to make sure each time that you start out with the authors properly formatted, the date formatted with a period at the end. Make sure your capitalization is correct for the title of the publication. Make sure that the resource, all of the words are written out. They're not abbreviated. They use capital letters and they're italicized. The volume number is italicized. Issue is not. It's inside parentheses. The page range does not include PP or P period, anything like that. It just has the date range with the period and then the DOI URL. Then it's important to pay attention to how you format the in-text citations to go along with those examples. So hopefully this will help you as you continue working through your assignments in this course.